Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Robin Sharron, and I am back again. This is my magic hair growth formula video. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. That is the pine tar. I originally was going to be using like 3 ounces of it, but I think I ended up using like 4.5. But you know, it's cool. It was all right. But y'all, that stuff smells like barbecue. Straight smell like bacon. Like smells like pig or something. But I'm also gonna go in with that Sulfur 8 Medicated original formula, and that was 4 ounces. I ended up using that entire jar. Oh my goodness, you guys, that stuff, I don't know why, but I was like literally obsessed with those videos seeing people mix greases. Like, that shit is so beautiful. I just love it. Scrape. I don't know why, but that was kind of hard to get out of there, even though I had a little scraper. So, because I hate, like, I don't know why, but I like when people use forks and stuff like that. That just bothers me. Like, use a scraper. Don't use no spoon. Makes the job so much easier. So getting all of that out. And then I'm using the Wild Growth Hair Oil. I did not use the entire bottle, but I did use the majority of this bottle. I used probably like the majority of this bottle. I had probably 1/4 of the product left. So yeah. And that was cool. Didn't smell as bad. People say that stinks, but nothing has anything on that pine tar. I promise you, the pine tar smells horrible. And then I'm also going to be using black seed oil by pipingrock.com. If you want to use black seed, if you want to get any oils, you can go ahead and go to pipingrock.com. They have some of the cheapest prices. I used about 1/4 cup of black seed oil in that. And that is Babassu oil. Well, my little Babassu oil tag fell off. So Babassu oil, if you don't know, is like the sister to coconut oil. It's like the cousin to coconut oil. It does the same thing. It just doesn't have it doesn't maintain the protein like coconut oil does. That's why some people don't like coconut oil, because it makes their hair feel like it has too much protein in it. And then that's the Virgo hair fertilizer. I originally saw somebody like cut the end off, which was so genius, but I ended up forgetting my scissors. So I just was like, F it, I'm just gonna pop the top open and mess up my aluminum too. Because once you mess up that aluminum, you can't fix it. So yeah. Then, come on, Robin. I originally tried to speed up this video, but y'all, I do not know how to edit videos. This is like a newbie. I'm like a beginner. So yeah, and that is tea tree oil by Spring Valley. I actually really like this tea tree oil. I think I ended up using like 15 drops of that tea tree oil. Then I'm going in with lemongrass oil, also by pipingrock.com. And I used 1, 2, 3, 4, about 15, 20 drops. Because, you know, sometimes the top acts up, so it doesn't come out consistently and evenly. So I was just shaking it out. About 15, 20 drops. Without that pine tar, y'all, that mess. Ooh. Even though I'm used to it, it stinks. And I don't want people walking next to me and be like, oh my God, what is that? And so that's peppermint oil. That peppermint oil actually is also by pipingrock.com, but something, I cracked my peppermint oil bottle. I dropped it on, like, it's glass, and I dropped it on the ground. So I got some alternative tubes, and I put the peppermint oil in there. So that's what that is. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mix it. Whip it real good. Whip it real good. And that pine tar has a very strong green coloring to it. So it doesn't matter what you mix with it, it's just gonna stay green. But the pine, because it has salicylic acid in it, oil of pine tar, and hydrolyzed silk, which I didn't know that grease had hydrolyzed silk in it. So maybe that's why it worked so good in my hair. So I'm just going to keep whipping it up really good, whipping it up really, really good. Whip it, Robin. Whip it, Robin. I'm going to go back in with the peppermint oil. So I think I had added, an additional maybe 10, 15 more drops in there. Maybe 10 drops, 15 drops, 13 maybe, who knows. Something in between. I was really trying to get that pine tar smell out of there. I would have thought the lemongrass would have worked, because usually when I mix lemongrass with something, it takes out the smell of anything, but that pine tar is strong, y'all, so be careful if you decide to try this formula. Flick that wrist. All right, so it's whipped pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and, so I went to smell it, and it actually didn't smell that bad. It smells decent enough to where I could put it in my hair and my scalp. So I'm just going to finish that up. I'm going to put in this old Blue Magic container, which is very convenient if you save your containers. And I'm going to pour all of that in. And that's why I really love the scraper, because I don't like, call me a cheapskate, I don't care. But I just don't like wasting products. I want to get all of it, you know, all of that. Get all of that grease, that pomade, that Dax, that Crown Royale. I'm just fine. Okay, I'm just gonna scrape the rest of that out. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And I actually made just enough because it filled to the very top. Some of it was actually spilling out a little bit, but it was almost basically 12 ounces because I think the Blue Magic jars are 12 ounces. And there it is, looking like green magic. I was really proud of this concoction because I'm really excited to try it. This is my first time making this grease, so I hope you guys like it. I hope you try it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Deuces.